Alright, first and foremost, I would like to say call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who I learned the truth from. And Shalom wa Barakim La Bakayim Shah Yasha'Allah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth, waiting on the return of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to deliver us out of this last captivity. I'm going to title this video, You Are Proof That the Bible is True. Because the carnal individual in this world thinks that you need actual physical evidence to prove that the scriptures is true, but there's things that's all around us that you can't see or that you don't pay attention to that proves that the scriptures, the holy scriptures of the Bible, is true. And this video is basically directed towards the sincere brothers that have woken up to the fact that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and the confusion of faces that's also through that lineage of the lost tribes of Israel. And these brothers that have woken up to that fact, that are diligently coming back to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, going out on the highways and byways, teaching, making videos, and, you know, being all well-rounded in its truth and not being lukewarm, but doing everything in their power to come back to the Heavenly Father in their nationality. This video is directed to you. You know, you are proof that the Bible is true. You know, the fact that you woke up to who you are, being a Hebrew Israelite, and you're serving your power, and you've taken yourself out of this world, is a miracle in itself, man. It's a strange sight in itself. You know, let me get a precept. And this is a common scripture that brothers bring out, but this is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And what you're seeing with young brothers and even older brothers in this truth, they go out on the highways and byways and risk their lives, you know, to be made a spectacle unto the world, be scoffed at and mocked at. But you got to understand that these men were just in the world not too long ago. Some brothers, you know, maybe was in the world a year ago, 2 years ago, some brothers 15 years ago, but whether it may be, they was in the world for a significant amount of time, and they were indulging in, you know, maybe trying to be a quote-unquote Mac Daddy in the world, trying to, you know, please women, or focusing on their job, working it so much, they're getting overtime, and, you know, trying to buy that nice house and buy that nice car, or focusing on any type of goal or aspiration that they may have had, whether it have been some type of entertainer, singing, playing sports, whatever it may been, because we all come from different walks of life. But, you know, now you're making your body a living sacrifice, and it's a miraculous sight to see. You know, when you take yourself out of the equation and look from the outside in, when these people see that, it amazes them, man, whether they admit it or not, to see young so-called black men and Hispanic men out there teaching the Bible on Saturdays and, you know, Sundays or whatever day brothers go out on the weekend. That's a very strange sight, when brothers can be doing all type of other things in this world. You know, that's a very strange sight. So, hey, man, you are proof that the Bible is true, man. You know, you have to see that. You have to see what the Lord is doing and how beautiful it is, man. In verse 2 it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, with the renewing of your mind and being transformed, because you got to come into this thing as a new creature, start off as a baby. You know, you started saying, I'm not eating pork no more, and your family and friends looked at you like you were crazy, man, because everything, damn near about everything in this world, you know, Esau puts pork in everything, man. So you go to the family cookout or the family holiday pagan feast, and they got pork on the table, and you say, I ain't eating that shit, and they look at you like you crazy, you know. Or you might not be as talkative as you was in the world with the people you know in the world, family and friends, because you don't have much to talk about with them anymore. You want to talk about spiritual things, but they're concerned with worldly things. So you're totally being transformed into something totally that you can't even comprehend. We can't even comprehend what we're going to be turned into, Lord willing we endure. You know, this whole body, this brotherhood of Yahweh Shem Yahushua under the doctrine of GMS is proof that the scriptures are true, because the scriptures prophesied of us waking back up. You know, let me get that in the book of Ezekiel. You know, just bear with me. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, the prophecy of Israel waking back up, and it says, Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 11. I'm going to start at verse 11. No, I'm going to start at verse 12. No, I'm going to start at verse 11. Salah. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Yeah, man, you got to really understand what we went through over here in America. And not just America, but all the previous captivities of Israel. But we're going to deal with America since that's the captivity we're in now. When you look at what happened in Northern America and Southern America with the Latin tribes and the so-called Negroes, hey, man, we went through some rigorous demonic shit under these Edomites, man. Being tortured, being raped, men and women, you know, teeth being knocked out, force-fed, you know, millions of us jumping off the ships before we even came over here, you know, all type of abominable acts being done to us. Because, you know, this so-called white man is the fucking abominable beast. He's a homosexual. He does all type of crazy shit. So you can only imagine what they experimented with us when they had full control of our bodies, man, you know. So it says our bones are dried, our hope is lost. You know, they beat the shit out of us. They beat the heritage, our nationality out of us. They beat Christianity and Catholicism into us. You know, you Latin tribes got Catholicism, you know. So we uphold these plantation doctrines, you know, and they took away our heritage of who we are. You know, they gave us bastard language, English or Spanish, which you Latin tribes uphold that Spanish-speaking bullshit, which that's nothing but another bastard language, man. Your language is the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue of the Lord, you know. That's his language, the holy language of the Lord, you know. That's all. And it got beat out of us, so our hope was lost. But now you're seeing young men and older men coming together in order, you know, learning the Hebrew over, you know, learning their language over, learning the customs of their nation over, man. That is an amazing sight. That is a very, very amazing sight. It's not nothing to take lightly, man, at all, you know. So it says in verse 12, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And that's what we're seeing right now, man. You know, those gutter rats, those Ashkenazi Jews, those Khazar Jews in the land right now, they think that they're fulfilling prophecy with this whole Zionist movement. But the Lord got a surprise for them, man, which is World War III, you know, and he's going to blow their ass off the map, you know, and he's going to put his real people in that land with a great deliverance, man. You know, when those Khazar Jews got put in that land in 1947 by the Balfour Declaration, that wasn't no great deliverance. That wasn't no great return. See, when Israel came out of Egypt, the first, you know, major captivity, it was a miraculous deliverance, you know. It was a miraculous deliverance. The Red Sea parted, you know, the Red Sea parted. So the Lord has to top that, man. Matter of fact, let me get that precept, you know. Because he's speaking about us coming out of our graves and being brought back into the land of Israel. We're waking up to who we are, man. We're coming back on standing on our feet, man, standing at our post, building this house of David, which is an amazing sight to the world, you know. So I'm gonna go to the book of Jeremiah real fast, and I'm gonna go come back to Ezekiel and finish it there. So this is Jeremiah chapter 23, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna start at verse 6. Hold on, Salah. Okay, no, I'm gonna start at verse 3. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. You know, those people in the land right now are not fruitful and increasing. That land is desolate and full with homosexuality and all abominable acts. That's not the most plenteous land on earth. That's not a great, beautiful place to be. The rivers are dried up, you know. Verse 4, and I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Yeah, over there in Israel, there's still a fear. They don't know if the Palestinians might just launch a rocket over there tomorrow. You know, they don't know if any nation may decide to declare war on them, you know, because they're steady in distress over there, man. Having to watch their backs. Their only savior is America, you know, their biggest ally. Verse 5, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. And that's what's going to happen with the 144,000 under the leadership of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You know, they're going to execute righteous judgment on the earth, and that's what we're seeing being built in the shores of our captivity in all these countries where we've been scattered, which is an amazing sight. So, brothers, you are proof that the Bible is true. It says, verse 6, in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is the name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness. You know, that's how you know this is a future prophecy. In verse 7, it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall say no more, said the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Yeah, you're no more going to say that the Lord liveth that brought up the children out of the land of Egypt, because this deliverance out of America is going to be way greater. The deliverance from these other countries where we're scattered is going to be way greater. You're going to have, in the midst of World War III, nuclear war being done throughout the earth, you're going to have chariots, so-called UFOs, delivering the elect of the Lord. You know, an amazing sight to see. Verse 8, but the Lord liveth, which brought up, and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. And that's going to be the prophecy in that day. So that's what that's what we're working towards, man. That's why we're renewing ourselves, so we can be delivered out of our captivity and brought back into the land, into our glory. You know. Now I'm gonna go back to Ezekiel 37 and finish up here. And it says, verse 13, and ye should know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. And that's what we know now. We know that the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is true, because Jesus Christ didn't bring us into the light. We would still do, even if you were in Christianity or Catholicism or Baptist, whatever you may say, you were still doing nigga shit. You were still dwelling more in the world than you were in the scriptures. This truth put a different spirit on you that made you go into history, made you go into deep breakdown in the scriptures. You learn more in this truth in 5 minutes than you ever learn your whole life in these other pagan religions, man. So we know that the Lord is true. Okay. Verse 14. And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. You know. Verse 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write it upon for Judah, and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick, and write it upon for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And that's what we do when we have the 12 tribes sign up there. We're bringing Judah, which is the head of the southern kingdom, and Ephraim, which is the head of the northern kingdom, and the Latin tribes. We're bringing them back together, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Over there in the land of Israel today, they call themselves Jews, Jewish, man. To be a Jew means you're from the tribe of Judah. Where are all the rest of the 12 tribes at? Where's Ephraim and his companions? Like this said, man, we're coming back together. So, and seeing us stand bold, see, they can't call us black Hebrew Israelites no more, because for one, we're not black, we're different shades of brown. But when you see these brothers waking up that look Hispanic and has confusion of faces, looks like different nations, but really their lineage goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, then it perplexes this whole world, man, you know. So it says, and join them one to another in one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. You know, and that's basically the point I wanted to say on that, man. Hey, man, it's an amazing sight to see brothers waking up all across the globe. And, you know, if you're sincere in this thing in your heart, and you know that you're sincere and you want to be sincere, hey, then, man, look, you're proof that the Bible is true. You know, now we do need to continue to go into history and look at these biblical artifacts, you know, to defend the gospel out here when we're teaching, when these so-called Bible scholars or people that think they know our history tries to come up and debunk us, we got to be well equipped. But for us, just know that you are proof that the Bible is true. And with that, I want to say shalom.